Felt like in the first half we imposed our will. I thought we were the toughest, most aggressive team in the first half. And then for the majority of the second half, I felt like they were, and I've got to give them a lot of credit because they were down 60-31 with 10 minutes to go, and they did not quit playing. So I certainly give them a lot of credit for that. But we've got to get better. We talk a lot about finishing in our program and everything we do, both on and off the court, and we did not do that very well today. We got outscored 34-14 to end the ball game. I didn't think our defense was very good late. We didn't give them much resistance, and lost some focus defensively and offensively there late in the game. That we've got to get better. I'm disappointed that we didn't play a 40-minute game, but I'm also fully aware that it's November the 13th, and we get another opportunity, obviously Tuesday night against a pretty good ball club. To continue to improve and grow and see if we can learn from the night and get better. A lot of times, sometimes it's easier to learn lessons when you get beat, when you're dealing with 18 to 22-year-olds. So I'm going to see how mature this group is and see if we can learn a valuable lesson about finishing properly through a win. And that's our hope as we head into tomorrow's prep and then get ready to play Lamar on Tuesday night.
DJ, talk about the second half turnaround. You guys were cruising, everything was going your way. What's your reaction, or what did you see go on out there? That how did things not come unglued, but how did things get all mucked up there in the last 2 minutes?
Like Coach said, we just got a little complacent. We weren't playing defense like we were in the first half, getting consecutive stops, and that's just the main key.
It's a situation where you're up 29, and there's a tendency when you're up 30 points to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like we played the score a little bit, a lot of it actually.
A lot of it.
That was something you came into the season with, Coach, saying how you want to keep your foot on the other team's neck and you get those big leads. Does it kind of concern you?
Yeah, we just didn't do it tonight. I read a great article in the offseason. I have a lot of admiration for Xavier's basketball program. I was there for several years, and Dante, who's on our staff as a GA, was there. And Phil Martelli, St. Joe, said the difference between Xavier and the rest of the league is when they get you down, they bury you. They bury you because they play for 40 minutes. And that's what we're aspiring to get to. Right now, we're not there. We're not good enough yet. I've been telling those guys that, but I also keep emphasizing the word yet because I really like this team. I like coming to work with these guys every day. I think we've got some depth. We're athletic. So we got some things, but we're not there yet when it comes to our toughness and our togetherness. I'm concerned about our second half defense once again not being as good as our first half defense. To me, that has to do with toughness and togetherness more than anything else. Because if we're capable of doing it in the first half, we're certainly capable of doing it in the second half. And so, yes, I am concerned about that. I think I'd be foolish not to be. And these guys, I think, they care enough. They're concerned about it too. And hopefully they'll grasp it. And we'll continue to improve and get better in that area.
How do you treat a win like this, where you guys did a lot of good things to build a 29-point lead?
Sure.
But then the way it kind of ended, how do you treat a win like today?
Well, I think we did some good things the first 30 minutes of the game. So I think it'd be unfair if I neglected that. We did some good things. We did. We ran the ball well in transition. I thought we were unselfish. I thought we were really pushing the pace. I thought we really did a good job on the glass in the first half. We did some good things. I'm certainly not going to neglect those. But these guys have higher aspirations, and so do I. We have a higher standard. And certainly not to take anything away from them, because again, I give them a lot of credit. A lot of teams that would have played Friday night at Louisville and come in here and played Sunday at 2 o'clock down 29 would have cracked. And they did not crack. And I was really impressed with the freshman, the kid 6'7", 250. I thought he was the most physical player in the second half. I liked his disposition. I thought he played really hard. He played with a lot of motor and a lot of energy. And one of the things I appreciate about him, because it's rare these days, he's 6'7", 250, and he likes being 6'7", and 250. I bet if you go talk to him right now, he'd tell you he's an interior player. There's a lot of guys right now in basketball that are about that size that think they want to be a 3. And he's not. He knows where his bread's buttered. So again, I give them all the credit in the world for being 29 down and fighting and fighting and fighting and clawing back. I think it says a lot about their coach and a lot about the character of their team.
Well, this was your first game that counted in a long time. How did it feel, and what kind of grade would you give yourself?
It felt good. I'll let you guys give me a grade. I really don't care. To be out there and be able to play with my teammates, play with a terrific point guard like we have in DJ, it's really fun to be be a part of this team and be a part of the great teammates, and it felt good.
Did we see a glimpse of what you guys are capable of in that first 20 minutes or first 25 or 30 minutes? The way you guys were able to play 9 guys, 10 guys, push pace.
Yeah, well, this is one of the things Coach talked about with our depth, our athleticism at the wings and down low. So as long as we continue to play like we did today in the first half, we'll be fine. We got to tighten up in the second half.
In your perspective on, what went wrong there in the last 10 minutes or so that made us a lot closer than needed?
Well, like Coach Gross said, we got to give them a lot of credit. They didn't crack. They kept playing hard. But from a perspective like our end, we have to continue to go out and we got to push ourselves. Continue to want to get stops and do that. And we got to mix in a little bit of aggressiveness and because it kind of tended to cover it up by so much. It's 2 minutes left and we're trying to slow it down and they're bringing it at us. So we got to mix in a little bit of aggressiveness at the same time.
So instead of just worrying about burning clock, continue to try to do what you do.
Yeah, mix it in a little both.
Coach, can you talk about the play of some of the freshmen, Steve Taylor and Tyquan Gordon, what they were able to do today?
Yeah, the big thing is I thought both guys played with energy and effort. They certainly weren't perfect, Stevie made a play or two there I'm sure he'd like to have back. He had a pat on the break, he could have shoveled it to Walt for a layup and a couple plays like that. But, we all have those. Big thing is I really like both kids' attitude and their energy that they bring to our team and they bring to the game. And I thought for the most part tonight they did. Obviously Turk got in some foul trouble, fouled out. We've got to play harder without fouling. We're a little bit better with that in the second half, but we got to play with somewhere around 18 fouls or less, I think, for us to reach our potential defensively. Tonight we had 24, and that's just too many.
DJ talked about playing alongside another point guard on the floor. How, with you and Stevie out there at the same time, how do you adjust to that being the 2 guard when that's been the case so far?
I actually kind of like it. All the attention is not on me, with the ball so much. Stevie makes plays just as well I do. I trust Coach Gross and it's a good fit.
So it's not a challenge for you. You're so used to having the ball in your hand constantly. You're having to play off of it now, just a little bit, not a major amount of time, but still an adjustment.
I just got to remember the plays at the 2 guard. Everything else is, I'm fine with it.
Coach, you said you wanted to threaten 94 feet, as many possessions as you possibly could. What do you think, or do you think you, to what extent were you guys able to do that?
For about 30 minutes. Walt's right. We probably played time and score. Wasn't necessarily anything we talked about, but we got a little passive when we got up. I think he's right on that. I'll watch the film and see. But I'd say for about 30 minutes, we really pushed the pace and pushed the tempo of the game. And, there's no secret. We want to play as fast as we can play. The key to that is getting stops. So a lot of times what happens late in the game is we didn't stop them. They shot 50-some% from the field over that 34-14 run. So when you're taking the ball out of the net, although we're certainly trying to quick inbound it, it does slow you down some. We just didn't get enough stops to get out and run during that run they had to end the game. That's why you saw a difference, I think, in the pace of the game, slowing down a little bit as well.
You happy with what John Smith gave you today, besides the foul trouble?
I got to watch the film. He always gives us defensive positioning, and he's very smart, and he's alert. Obviously he finished a couple balls that DJ threw him with a dunk and a layup. I thought other than, the fouls are a big part of it. We can't have 2 interior guys getting 10 fouls out of our 24 like John and Turk did. That's a big part of it. But I think his role, Jason, you and I have talked about this, it's different with him. If you just strictly look at his effectiveness from a box score perspective, there's going to be nights where you're like, don't know. But the things he does for our team, defensively and offensively, screening a guy or making a cut, he plays with a high IQ, I think, can help us win games. And, he did a lot of that tonight. Unfortunately, he was only able to do it in about 15 minutes because he had foul trouble.
And the last guy, just touch on Evo Baltic, the guy who didn't get set up a lot.
Yeah, I didn't think he was great tonight. I did. I think it started on the defensive end. He's got to learn to play hard all the time. He's more than capable of doing that. He can't allow the offensive end to affect the defensive end, and that's a natural temptation for all players. But he didn't get in a rhythm tonight. He wasn't in a good enough rhythm. I felt like when we ran our offense in the second half, we weren't real crisp. We were just kind of running fluff, really almost, not very attacking, aggressive, as Walt was saying earlier. Maybe it's because of the score, but you know, he wasn't in a great flow tonight. We need him to play better.
Lamar on Tuesday, what's the focus or what do you stress with one practice in between now and then?
Well, I mean, we'll prepare for them just like we did for UT Martin. We prepare for every opponent the same way with a great deal of respect. And, you know, they've got a lot of guys returning. They're an older team. They got a new coach in Pat Knight. And they beat Arkansas State on Friday night, kind of a crazy ending. And Arkansas State's predicted to win the Sun Belt in their half. So I think it'll be a good game for us. You know, it'll be a good game for us. Pretty athletic. They beat us 3 years ago. You know, some of our, maybe our older guys might remember that, although we have no seniors. So I'm probably the only guy that remembers that. I remember losses a lot more than I remember wins. It's a bad deal I have. You know, it's just part of being a coach, I guess. But we got to play. Got to play Tuesday night. I'm anxious to see if we can play more of a complete game on Tuesday night. That's going to be the goal. You know, that's what we're going to talk about, more than what Lamar does or doesn't do. It's going to be more about us, and can we play more of a complete basketball game on Tuesday night than we did today.
Good? All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.